Alright everybody, welcome back to the Dirty 20, a D&D adventure. We just came back from our break, and we will pick right back up where we last left off.
We did some shopping.
And thank you, Horgarn, you beautiful half-orc, you.
A dashing
half-orc.
ranger with his army of maids.
Oh, Horgarn! Okay, so... after getting done with the shopping, it's been an hour. Night Fury has been summoned as a raven. Familiar, Ariel and Tyrael, as well as several of the dragonborns, are gone. And what would you guys like to do now at this point?
I really think that we should go and challenge the orc leader. If you want to summon your doppelganger and have that be in there as yourself, instead of just you going in, coward, then you may do so.
Hey, I'm saying that my aunt will probably have some underhanded tricks in there.
Have some faith in your friends.
And then maybe we should prepare our traps and underhanded tactics as well.
Together forever.
No matter how long. Now until the end of time.
Well, Backstreet Boys, let's continue.
I think it's
Pokemon.
yeah, it's Pokemon, dude.
I am continuing the story. What are we doing?
So we do. I would like to check in. Actually, yeah. I pressed the sending stone to. I want to send a message to Xenon.
Okay.
And basically ask him any new reports to report in.
You get nothing.
Ooh.
He's dead.
You kind of hear some static. It seems like kind of like the
Or like, well, the stone's not. The stone's
Right.
not lit.
But it's not lit, basically. So it's like you kind of see what might be one flash, and then it just kind of fizzles out. So when you press it, you just kind of hear,
He's dead!
That's not good. And then I try saying the message again. Like, hello, testing again. Anything new to report?
again, after about a minute, nothing.
Did we know where he was gonna go before? Because I did say like
Right. So
Orc encampment scout and
correct.
secret passage.
Correct.
Scout.
So he sent people down into the sewers to go check. He went with another group to go to the Orc encampment.
I'd say let's go back to headquarters, do a quick recap, because maybe Ronan might have some information from scouts. I just want to get some more information from
This
scouts.
fool is trying to be here all night. Hesken, let's wrap him up with freaking vines and drag him to the Orc encampment.
Oh, let's get there. Let's go.
I think we should just go.
I am
Go for
your father.
The heck are you?
Just kidding. I am the voice above.
Knife here?
I am the DM of the end.
I think we should just go.
Straight up go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys got any plans?
Yeah, you challenge him.
And then what? And then
Win.
if somehow the dude gets like a plus 50 in his strength,
Then you
what?
die.
Then what?
You'll wish you had that.
No,
giant strength.
because it's just gonna go to your strength.
What?
What is it called? Your CR?
For the
It's a challenge.
Challenge rating.
The challenge rating. It'll go down to your level.
Don't give away my secrets.
We'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
We trust that you are strong enough to do
We
this.
believe you.
I believe.
Alright, if you guys are gonna
Go
cure...
get him, Mr. Horgarn.
Thanks, Bethany.
Bethany.
What about me, Mr. Horgarn?
You too, Brittany.
Oh!
And
You ladies are keeping him. I need to drag him. Get out of here.
Yeah, we need to go.
And you, Beatrice, and you, Belarus, and you...
They just faint.
Why are they all B names?
They start fainting as you point them out one by one.
And you, Belle, and you, Beauty, and you, baby.
Okay.
There's so many of them, I can't remember them.
And what about me?
And you too, Babe the Pig.
So I motion a town guard over.
He walks over. It's a young man.
Okay. Just tell him to relay a message to Ronan to back at the headquarters that I guess we're gonna go challenge the Orc Chief. and I'm going to lay the smackdown on the Orc Chief and try and take his place. Have him prepare the defenses of Carn just in case anything happens. We'll be back and help out, but just in case they decide to do any underhand tricks.
And it's actually a dragonborn guard.
Aha, Dragonborn guard.
It's a white dragonborn guard, and he bows his head and he runs off.
Alright. Okay, if you guys want to go.
If we're gonna do this, we need to make sure that Night Fury is scouting the city so we know exactly what we're looking at.
I want to poke his eyeballs out.
You mean the...
If you poke my eyes out,
You can't hear
I
it.
won't be able to defend.
You can't hear it.
Oh well, whatever.
How dare he bring up a bird form?
You're already in bird form.
Well, we should have Night Fury kind of scout ahead a little bit. Just a little bit ahead. So it could be our bird, like pun intended, bird eye view, eagle eyes up in the sky. Except he's a raven, so raven eyes.
I know they're obnoxious,
I don't know how you put up with them.
but because you're the best familiar ever.
Well, you got that right.
Yes,
The only
I did.
familiar she's ever had.
Suck up.
Can you be our lookout? Can you scout for us, please?
I will do my best.
Just do a circle as we travel.
Gaw, gaw, gaw.
Is that what ravens sound like?
They do when they hate that form.
And he flies up into the air, doing his thing.
Okay. And let's go.
Okay, so you guys,
Should we try and find Xenon before we get in?
it's
We'll be
gonna
fine.
give it to you.
Hey, you guys are just impatient for my death.
No, we don't think you're gonna die.
You guys are gonna just take over my city.
You're like, let's kill him.
Hesken, one kingdom was not enough for you, now you want two.
Do I sense hatred and betrayal in this party?
No, we just
Excellent. My plan is working.
Oh,
no. We just need to get going with
the story.
the story.
Build suspense.
It does build some
It doesn't matter how much we prepare for this.
It's just gonna
The
be
Dungeon Master is going to make it so it has some wrench that we did
Let's get
not
some
think of.
action in here.
Yeah.
Let's go and
Okay.
start trying.
So, would you like to go through the secret passageway, or would you like to go out from the regular city? And would you like to just kind of walk out the gate and head up kind of northward? Further up north.
Well, if we're gonna challenge the guy, might as well just come up front.
Okay, I'm ballsy. I like this.
Should we tell people to watch out for the secret passageway?
It's already been.
It's already been.
Okay.
Yeah, there's already people patrolling.
I'm saying maybe like if Xenon's like spying somewhere, maybe he's in trouble. Maybe he's gonna die, you guys. Maybe that's where the action's at.
He'll be fine.
All right, fine. We'll just
Guess
ride
what?
it. Have your
Either
bird
way-
find him.
Either way, Xenon is up ahead towards the orc encampment.
So, you guys are you walking?
No, I'm gonna pull out my.
Or are you
I'm gonna pull out my Velociraptor.
riding the raptor?
Riding the raptor. My Velociraptor is named Chocobo, by the way.
Chocobo. OMG, it's a chocobo.
Okay.
I'm not riding on those dinosaurs.
Well, you don't have one.
I know,
You're walking.
but I'm not gonna.
How are you gonna keep up with us?
See you guys in a little while.
You have to
You
save
probably have
us.
horses there.
They do probably have horses there.
Why don't we just walk? If we travel too fast, we won't even be able to see.
See what?
Any bad guys?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, but
Scared.
Scared.
Okay, well, why don't you come out here and fight 1,000+ orcs?
why not?
Says the guy that wants me to do a challenge and wants me to die.
You're gonna fight one orc. I'll fight one orc.
Okay, but if we are walking, then we're gonna be tired when we get there. Why not save our energy, save our strength, and ride on the dinosaurs?
We don't have a dinosaur for me.
Just grab a horse.
Mine's big. You can try
Yeah,
to
yours
back
is
of mine.
big.
What do you have?
Fine.
I have the
Some
Alpha Raptor.
scaly thing. I can hug Hesken. That'd be nice and gently warm as well.
I have a fireborn. Fire dragonborn.
His scales won't rub you raw.
God.
So, are you going to mount up with Hesken?
Mount. Regulators.
Mount up. So you hop on. You're probably very nervous. You hold on to Hesken. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling skill to see if you can climb up as you're trying to.
My friend.
And you advantage because your Hesken will be helping you.
13 plus my animal handling.
Got 18. Yeah. So.
Which is plus 3,
Yeah,
so 18.
so you're good.
Okay.
So you get up naturally, and you guys start riding out. Yes.
This would be a fun moment to add, as we're like riding out, just add in the
Velociraptor sounds?
no, not that, but the Chocobo theme song. You know, anyways,
Yeah. So
Cold.
as you guys are riding your mounts. Now I just want to clarify. You're gonna just kind of travel, just follow the road and pretty much just travel wherever the main gate to the Orc encampment would be. Correct.
Right.
That's what I'm understanding.
with Night Fury, with the eyes
Right.
in our sky.
So you guys travel, and as you start to make your way up northward, you can tell there's a big difference, kind of from where the city of Carn is compared to where the mountains up north. As you start to get more and more northward, you can see that there's light snow on the ground. Trees start to look like they're covered with snowflakes or snowfall. The winds, normally to someone who's not prepared, it would feel very bitter, very cold as the wind is blowing, but because of the rings you guys have, you don't necessarily feel the bitter cold. Go ahead.
I would also like to, with my cloak, change my clothes to like more warm.
So Alish, you see Alish's cloak as she gets done, with all the shopping and stuff. As she's riding, it turns into like a fur coat.
She looks like an Eskimo?
Kind of like like an Eskimo, I guess. She looks very warm, even though she doesn't need it, but she just kind of is like, I want to look good, guys, okay? Because I'm a half-elf.
I've never heard Alish talk like that.
Nah, I know. I'm just kidding. But, so your cloak does change. It's a bonus action to do that, but that's fine. Eventually, you guys do hear, specifically, Night Fury kind of goes, "Go, go, ah!"
Yes, Night Fury?
And,
I was going to say, can I do the perception? Because I just rolled a 19 for it.
sure. You can see that it looks like he is kind of probably about 30 to 40 feet ahead of you guys. Maybe more 50, I would say, actually. And he's kind of circling around. He's kind of circling around in the circle, as if and then he says,
Ka.
"Go!"
Let's go check out what this weird bird's doing.
Well, let me talk to him.
And he says to you, I see a body on the ground.
No.
Can you tell what race the body is?
It looks to be a human of some kind.
No.
Male or female?
I do not know. But if I had to guess, maybe a male. It looks very bulky.
Thank you, Night Fury. How far ahead?
Right where I'm at.
50 feet?
About 50 feet.
So I guess we can see.
So, I mean, you can see it as you're coming up, but he kind of he's doing his job, man. He has one job. Let him have his moment to shine. No, I'm just kidding. But, but he's letting you guys know, there is a body there.
Are we next to it?
Yeah, you guys do.
I was rolling an investigation. Just rolled
Yep.
17 plus my investigation.
Jeez.
Wow, that's good. What are you investigating specifically?
The body.
Well, I mean, okay, so you're investigating the body, but what are you looking for?
Well, the last time we flipped a body over to look at it, spears shot at our friends. So
looking for a trap.
I'm looking for
So
traps.
you're looking for traps.
And I'm looking for footprints.
Okay, there are no traps. There are no
It's
footprints.
plus 6.
I mean, there's footprints, and it looks like the snow's covering most of it, though.
Okay.
But you do see it, and it looks like it might be at least 4 or 5 kind of smaller looking footprints as they kind of make their way off from the side of the road.
Can I roll history to know what those footprints are?
I'll let you roll survival.
Okay.
Or you can roll, you can roll a history, but I would say survival most likely since you're...
18 plus.
You were rolling good.
Survival is plus 7.
They look like they are goblin footprints.
Goblins again?
But it also looks like there is one bigger footprint, roughly the size of an orc or a half-orc.
Okay, can we tell now that we're up close to the body, can we tell what race it is?
It is a human, bald, looks like it's wearing monk clothing.
Is it face down or face
It is slumped against the tree.
slumped against
Yep.
the tree?
Do we know the person?
You've never seen this person.
Okay.
I'm gonna poke him with my finger, try to see if he's alive.
Okay, go ahead and roll an AC to see if you can poke him.
And they what?
Go ahead to roll and see if you can poke him, to hit him, basically, poke him.
You said NAC.
Yep, AC. So you're rolling to see if you can hit his AC, his armor class.
Oh.
Because he may be alive.
Oh, okay.
Break his armor?
So it's 5, and then do I add anything to that?
Well, your strength if you're going to poke him.
Oh, my strength. Oh, so it'd be 10 total.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you guys are strong.
Wake up!
You do touch him. You poke him.
I just want. Yeah, to see if
you
he's
poke
alive.
him, and it just kind of goes.
Are you injured, my friend?
Just a flesh wound.
And just give him a healing
Wait,
potion.
he's talking.
Gah, gah, gah!
Mercury, what's wrong?
As you guys find yourselves surrounded,
Oh, that is late there.
Yeah. Come on, Night Fury. You had one job.
I know,
Just like you said.
you had one job. As Night Fury, as he caws, all of a sudden you feel the connection break.
No! Night Fury!
Again.
Ah!
You feel the connection break as you guys are surrounded by 20 goblins. And
20.
Yep. You guys are surrounded by 20 goblins. We won't put them on the map necessarily because this is going to be a different kind of encounter that I like to do. Sort of like a skill challenge. It's kind of more of so the way I do it, it's kind of the best way to describe it. It's kind of like if you ever played like stuff like Dynasty Warriors, where it's like it's kind of something similar to that, where there's multiple enemies,
But you just
they're pretty weak for the most part.
You
Right.
just whack them all.
It's
They
kind of
all
like whack-a-mole, basically, where you smack them, but there's a lot of them. So right now there's 20, but there may be more. And I will essentially I will present different types of scenarios for you, and you can decide what you would like to do then. So, you guys are currently surrounded, roughly about 20 goblins, as they drop from the tree. Some of them pop out from the snow, underneath the snow. And there's about 20 of them.
Black daisies.
The closest one would be whoever's closer to the body, specifically Horgarn, as there's one that pops out right above from the branch. I need Horgarn to roll me an acrobatics check. You are off your raptor mount, I'm assuming, since you poked him.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a trident. He could have been poking him from a distance.
He did not specify he was poking him
I
with
was,
his trident.
even so, I was just gonna say I was poking him with my finger.
So, I need you to roll me an acrobatics check, as well as an animal handling, because you are holding the reins of your raptor mount, so you need to do a bit of both.
Okay.
The rest of you, I need to roll animal handlings, as the raptors, even though they're raptors, they do get spooked.
Goblins are beasts,
One?
right?
18.
Goblins,
They are not
Plus 4.
non-humanoid
beasts,
creatures?
they are humanoid-type creatures.
Oh, okay.
They're
30,
monsters,
20.
basically. What'd you
Yeah,
get?
30, 20.
Dirty 20.
So the first one is acrobatics for me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you'll roll acrobatics.
So that will be 18.
Okay, so you successfully dodge the goblin as it jumps out of the snow, and it has what looks like a short spear.
Mm-hmm.
So normally for you guys, you could pretty much hold it in one hand.
Yeah.
And it would be maybe more of like a dagger to you guys, but since these are small, to them it's a spear. He basically slams this spear into the guy's skull and just kills him outright.
And since this guy's slumped next to a tree, so it's a path and then trees,
correct.
right?
So
okay.
correct. So all around you, off to the side. So there's a path straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Off to the just off to the side, just barely off to the side is one tree there, and there's several trees off into the distance. There were footprints that Kalsifer saw that were leading a bit more up into the tree, towards more of the other tree areas. On the left-hand side, there's a kind of a ditch, ravine, or a slide off that goes down, and probably what would be basically a ditch.
Okay. So this one's going to be for animal handling.
Yep, and this one will be for animal handling.
So that will be 11.
Yeah, you're successful enough. That's good enough. It was a little bit rough as you did the dodge, but you do maintain control of the reins. What did Hesken roll for animal handling?
I rolled a 14.
Good enough.
30-20.
Very good.
And
And 18?
it's 18 plus 3.
So, okay,
21.
21. Very good. So you all are successful. There are several of the other goblins begin to kind of push their way into the snow, as some of them, the only thing you can see are small little pathways being made, as some of them are buried deep into the snow. At this time, what would you guys like to do? You can either choose to try to stay and fight them. You can choose to try to book it on the path and maybe try to run through the path. Or you can turn back the way you came, or you can maybe follow where the trails went to, as far as some of these footprints that Kalsifer saw, leading off towards more of the foresty trees off to the side. So you have 4 decisions you can make, 4 options.
Damn. We got to save the monk.
He's already dead.
He's
He
dead.
got speared through the skull.
Oh,
with a
he
spear.
Just got, as you dodged, the spear went into his skull.
Maybe he has something on him.
You went from being real kind and trying to save him to looting his body.
No, I'm saying maybe
Information.
yes, thank you, Alicia.
You're welcome, Horgarn.
Information he might have,
Okay.
spying information.
So you guys are going to fight. So if that is the case, I'm going to allow you guys. I'll let which one of you wants to make the move first among your group can, and we'll just kind of go down the order.
Initiation.
No initiation for this, just because it's not necessarily a full-blown fight.
Okay.
This is more of an event, what I call event.
This is one of those times where you just push the button at the
Do
right
you roll
time
for
and it pops up on the screen.
What was
Give me
that?
a quick 10 event.
Yes.
Roll for the event.
Whoever,
or just deciding who goes first.
or whoever wants to go first can just go.
Okay, good, because I rolled a natural one.
Okay.
Okay, I want to do, is there a group of them that are close together?
Yes, there's about there's about 4 of them that are off in the trees that jump down, and looks like their pathways are kind of semi-clumped up. They're making their way together.
Do burning hands towards them.
Okay, so with burning hands, you will be melting part of the snow because their bodies are completely engulfed in the snow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be melting that snow.
Is that a problem?
No, I'm just letting you know you'll be melting the snow.
Really? You're going to be melting the snow.
I know. I'm like, what is this? Why are you?
I'm just saying, the environment is going to,
Is the goblin going to be protected by this snow?
I don't know,
Are the
maybe.
frost giants going to get angry that we're melting their snow?
My snow.
My snow cones. No, I'm just saying, because burning hands,
It's fire.
You're right, it's fire. You would be
It's a 15-foot cone.
okay.
That I
So it's shooting out in the cone shape. It's not actual hands. Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought for some reason I was thinking it was hands that came out and were touching the snow.
No. So it's I hold my hands.
So that is so hot.
I hold my hands
Okay,
with thumbs touching.
so my apologies.
Like,
Go ahead.
bigger spread.
Yep.
And a thin sheet of flame shoot forth.
Okay.
From my fingertips in like a 15-foot cone.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to see if you hit those.
Do I need to roll for each one?
No, because they're grouped up. I will allow
18.
18. So roll the damage for that because that will hit.
She hits all 20 of them, and they all die instantly.
Magic missile.
Love that Squidward impression.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find my D6.
No, Patrick. Man, this is not.
5, 2, so 7, and 5, 12.
Okay, so they take 6 points of damage because they're engulfed around in snow.
Wait, what?
Oh, so it doesn't get
They
struck
take
by
half
the-
damage.
Correct. So the snow pretty much took most of that
That's why you...
flame. I tried to give you a warning, which I shouldn't have, but you know, I'm a nice DM.
Yeah.
You just acid them.
So,
But they do.
So are they visible
they're still
now?
they're visible. Correct.
So there's no snow around them.
correct. So as you do that, however, you can see that there were 3 more just hidden beneath the snow.
Did they take any damage?
They do as well. They take half damage.
Okay, so they're all visible. So there's
Correct.
like
So
6
so
of them
there's
now.
6 of them all
Oh,
kind of huddled at this
Just
point
imagine,
in one
like,
area. Well, they're not burning up because the snow pretty much put out most of the flames on them.
Okay.
Hot boiling water.
So Alish went, so we're gonna go with Horgarn, and then we'll go Kalsifer, and then it will end with Hesken for his last turn.
Okay.
We're gonna go down the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Now you made them visible, so now I can give them full
Horgarn,
damage.
what would you like to do? You see Alish as she's burning hands, and you can see that she just randomly 6 goblins appear. There is one right in front of you, currently. As he's
Spear.
trying to pull the spear out of this guy's skull. And he's...
And there's no other goblins right next to him.
No, he's the only one. There's about I'd say there's about another 6 off on the back end coming from the ditch area, crawling up from the ditch. Behind you guys on the road.
I'll just
I
kill
will say, don't forget about your hunter's mark.
Well, I mean, these are low level goblins.
I'm just telling you.
But since we have our mounts, can we also have them attack?
Yes, I'll allow it. Because they are creatures. They are creatures. So if they have an attack, they
So
can attack.
Alish is.
I just use my hands. I could still be sitting. I'm still on my
I
velociraptor.
know, but your boss round can attack now too.
They'll go after you guys individually.
Oh, they'll go after.
Yeah,
So I can't have my Velociraptor go first and then me?
no.
Okay.
They'll go after you guys.
Okay, yeah, I'll just kill the goblin in front of me.
Okay. Are you gonna swipe him with the sword? Or are you gonna
Yeah.
shoot him with the
No, he's
havoc?
he's right in front of me. I'm just gonna use my sword.
Go
my,
for it. Go ahead and roll
my
the damage.
swords.
Keep it. I want you guys to figure out what it is you're gonna do next
Oh, I know.
for your actions.
Okay, so this for
Yep. So you're gonna roll that.
like.
Yep.
both my swords.
You're gonna pull your swords out and
Okay, so first one is 12,
that'll hit.
and the second one is 12 as
That'll
well.
hit.
Okay. Now let's see. 1d6 plus 5. So that's 7 on the first sword,
Okay.
and that'll be 2 on the second sword because it's 2.
Yep. So you basically, as he lands and he's trying to pull the spear out from this guy's skull, you just decapitate him. Just
And I kick his head into the goblin crowd.
and you kick. Yeah. And you kick.
Like a soccer ball.
You just kick the head afterward, and just like, poof, and the body just kind of, it looks like it's flailing, and then it just kind of,
Like a chicken?
sort of like a chicken, and then it just kind of falls flat, and it twitches a bit, and the blood begins to turn red as the blood starts dripping from the body.
The snow.
Excuse me, from the snow, thank you. The snow starts to turn red from the blood dripping into the snow from the body.
That'll be the end of my
That'll be the end of Horgarn's turn, and some of these goblins kind of.
Okay. I still on this Velociraptor thing, or are we already on the ground?
Oh, you're on my back.
Yeah, so you're holding on to him like you're hugging him like a woman hugs a man on a motorcycle.
Excellent.
As your chest is pressed against his spiny scale.
Okay.
Welcome back to more love stories.
As his
Kalsifer.
scales rub you wrong.
I forgot the tail. I forgot I had
That's
a tail,
true.
too.
You have a tail. So he's riding your tail too. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead,
You know
Kalsifer.
what?
We
Go
don't need
ahead.
to be getting into this kind of dirty.
I'm
20.
sorry. It's the midnight show. No, go ahead.
So how close are we to these other?
So the
goblins?
ones behind you are about 15 feet, and they're going to be closing in soon.
Okay. And the ones in front of us?
The ones kind of off towards the tree are roughly about 20 feet, 25 feet away from you guys. Keep in mind, the snow is deep, so there is movement impaired. So you'll be moving at half speed on foot.
Okay. So instead of sometimes moving at 30, we move at 15 instead?
Correct.
Okay.
So the ones off in the trees over here are about 25 feet, roughly.
Well,
The ones behind you guys are about 10 feet, 15 feet.
okay. Well, pull out my dual scimitar, and I will be jumping off, and as I jump off, I'll run across the 15 feet.
Roll me in acrobatics,
Okay.
because you're jumping off the mount, so...
I'm like jumping off the horse, like getting off.
Yeah, you're jumping off.
Whatever.
You're jumping off.
Uh-huh.
I respect that. You're doing a really neat
It's
trick.
7 plus 5.
Okay, so
12.
12. Okay.
You'll allow me to...
Yeah, you land.
Thank you.
You land safely.
Gosh.
The snow breaks your fall.
Excellent. And I'll run my 15 feet,
Okay.
and I will attack
Okay.
at the goblins.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
12 plus
That's-
my thing
yep.
is plus 6, so... Okay.
That's
and
gonna
then
hit.
I'm gonna be doing like a spin thing
Okay.
to where it looks almost more like I'm doing like a breakdance move where I jump and then land on my back and spin the blades all at the same time. So it kind of cuts through the snow and the middles of the goblin bodies.
Okay.
Okay, now what am I rolling?
It would be a performance check to see if you can actually perform this feat. Maybe even an acrobatics check as well.
Do you want acrobatics or do you want
I'll
performance?
let you pick either one.
Okay, I'll choose acrobatics then. 14 plus acrobatics.
What was your first roll?
It was 11.
Okay, so 11 plus...
Okay. 11 plus acrobatics, which is 7.
Okay, so that's fine. Yep. Go ahead and roll the damage for the one goblin. For the one goblin that is there.
Okay. I don't remember what I'm supposed to roll for it. Give me a sec. I believe it's 1 or 2 d4.
Where am I currently?
You are on the raptor mount. So Hesken, or not Hesken. I'm sorry, Horgarn.
2d6.
Horgarn
plus 4.
was checking the tree. You were on the left-hand side. Alicia was on the right-hand side. Kalsifer jumped off, and he's currently 15 feet away from you, slicing off a goblin's head.
So 9 plus 4.
Yeah, so you slice this you do your spin, and this goblin gets sliced in half. And his body just kind of, at first, like when he gets sliced, he kind of laughs, and he goes, and then he kind of looks down as he starts to fall forward, realizing that he had just been sliced in half.
Jeez.
And so he kind of falls flat into the snow. The snow starts to turn red from the blood of your enemies. Anything else? Any bonus actions?
Well, can I see more goblins?
Yeah, you can see the ones on the road because the road's pretty clean.
Am I able to throw my dagger at them?
Do you have a bonus action that lets you throw the dagger?
Let's see.
Like, do you have a bonus action that lets you attack again?
Nope.
Okay, then you
Nope.
cannot throw,
Okay.
you cannot
Okay.
throw the dagger. Okay. Hesken.
Alright.
Hesken.
So I move next to Alish so I can hit those 6 goblins in the snow that are open
Yep.
and visible.
Yep.
So no snow is impairing. And I'm going to fire breath them.
Go for it.
Got a 17. Oh, wait. Yeah, so they have a DC saving throw. A dex saving throw.
Okay.
Of 12.
Okay, so succeed.
They're all
There's 6 of them.
So 2 is that
That was
4. So 2 more. Succeed. Succeed. They all succeed in their saving throws.
So it doesn't affect any of them?
They take half damage.
They take half
from
damage.
because you're doing fire breath.
Right.
Yeah, so they would take half damage.
Dang.
Those are some nimble goblins.
Yeah, right.
What the heck? He's like,
Alright, so let's 2, 6.
Oh, just wait.
And
It's
this
like
one's
a-
just all together?
Yep, all together.
5.
Congratulations! The ones that got hit by Alish, and then
It's
with
all 6 of them.
and then
No.
with
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I'll fix it.
and then you hit all 6 of them, and they just burn up in flames.
Woo! Okay, good. Still.
They had 1 HP left.
Awesome.
After 6, you only have 7 HP.
yeah, but, like, well,
Yeah,
you
they've
said
been
these are
dying
like really
left and
low.
right.
They're really easy. They're just
Dynasty Warriors. I mean, have you played Dynasty Warriors, Jake?
No.
It's
But
really fun.
we're.
Yeah, it really is.
So they just completely combust into flames, and the snow around them gets melted even further by your dragon breath. So at that point, it's just you can see the tree, like the grass, from the underneath the snow.
How many are left?
So that was 6
Six
that
of them.
fell,
I
1,
killed
so
one.
there's 7,
And I
so
And he killed one, so that's 8.
8.
You
So there's
said there's 20, right?
yep. So take away 8 from 20, so there's 12 left.
Is there another cluster anywhere or no?
There's
Right next to me.
yeah, there's about 5 of them that are by Kalsifer, roughly.
Any trees by him?
No trees by him, but there is a ditch on the other side. And then the remaining goblins are off by the tree areas coming. You can see the pathways that they're trying to make as they are trying to make their way to you guys.
Are they in the snow?
They are in the snow.
So if I cast web to try and trap them, it won't
It would
work.
probably be, I mean, you would have to roll to hit them, correct? For web, you have to roll to actually hit them, or do you just cast it somewhere? What is,
You conjure. Attack save is Dex 13.
okay, so they would have to roll a dex saving throw if you did that. But where are you going to set it up?
Well, I wanted to go do in between the trees, but that's where there's a lot of snow, right?
Correct. Yeah, and the trees aren't necessarily close to each other. They're spread apart. So it would be a pretty big web, but
Well, yeah, the area is 20 feet.
yeah.
20 foot cube.
Yeah, so they're yeah.
So it wouldn't work. Okay.
Well, you can do it, but there's a lot of snow that they would probably just be digging underneath
Got it.
the web.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do poison spray to the closest one.
Oh, really? I can't do it like Kaizar.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Useless god.
Okay, I'm gonna do poison spray.
Okay, go for it. Spray them with poison, girl. Spray them.
To which group? The 3?
I just want it to be known when
And I think it can just do it towards one, so the closest one to me.
when
Yep.
Kaizar listens to this video. I have not been the one that's been saying that. It's been Horgarn that's been saying it the whole time.
Oh, really? And then after your turn, it's going to be the goblin.
Maybe it was
Yeah.
maybe it was Kalsifer all along.
Okay.
14.
And
14's
then
going to hit.
1d12. 1d12.
You
is
were
this
yelling
one.
his name a lot in the last session.
2.
Yeah, it basically lands in the snow, and it pretty much misses him, but he gets a little droplet on him. And,
But it's a gas.
Yeah, so it's rising up next to him, next to them, and you missed him
Okay.
pretty much. Like, you hit him, but you didn't really hit him per se. Like, you didn't do a lot of
Okay.
damage. So the gas is like by him, but I mean they're gonna dig their way probably out of it because it's gonna be their turn right now.
Okay.
As 3 of them, or excuse me, 6 of them start to branch out, and they begin to kind of split off into different paths. The one that you hit with the poison is digging its way at half speed towards you, trying to basically get to you through the snow. It's having a hard time. All of them are. So yes.
Because there are mounts.
Yes, yeah. As long as you remember to use your mounts,
Yeah.
you know.
How like was it? gonna be before the goblins or after the goblins?
It's gonna be on your turn after your turn, so before goblins.
So now?
But the thing is, so we were supposed to do the goblins before your next turn.
Oh, and I just went and did
Yeah, so we're gonna do the goblins,
Sorry.
and then you can do your raptor after.
it. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine. So those goblins by the tree spend their turn trying to dig their way in to you guys. They basically just surround you and they're gonna gangbang you. They're gonna try to.
Nice good try. Can't I do
Make sure you do your
my
eyes,
opportunity attacks?
No.
because they're moving in range.
Opportunity of attacks is when they run away from you
Okay.
if they're in range.
Okay.
So does 11 hit?
No.
So 1 misses. Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Can I use my blood eye and my blood curse on it or no? Because you already said the number. So I'm
Yeah,
asking
so
you.
it needs to be before the number.
Okay. Then it hit.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I said use your eyes.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said like 3 times.
I didn't hear what
So
you
that
said.
is going to be a total of 6 damage.
Okay.
As one of them just rams a spear into your foot, and they're like, "Nyah!"
Okay.
So that was number 2. Number 3,
Eyes.
okay, good call. And it takes a disadvantage one, correct?
Yeah.
The lower one. So that's gonna miss. Number 4,
Eyes.
Might as well just do eyes. Just auto eyes.
14 hit.
No.
Number 5.
Eyes.
And I probably should roll in my dice box. I don't want it to be too loud.
That's okay.
13 does not
No,
hit,
it does
so
not.
that's 5, so number 6. Oh no, you already killed number 6, so that's all of them.
John's just breakdancing.
Yeah, so that's,
just breakdancing like as
So
if-
that's all of the goblins' turn. They basically miss Kalsifer, and the rest of them are trying to dig their way towards you guys, the other 3. Your raptor or your Alish?
Oh wait. Before that, can I do hellish rebuke on that one that freaking stabbed me?
Sure.
Okay. How do I do it? Use your reaction.
Yep, you use a reaction, so you would point at the target, and the target would erupt in flames. So roll the damage.
It's a dex saving of 13.
Okay. 13 on the dice. So it's going to take half damage.
Oh, I thought it has to beat it.
If
If it beats, it beats.
If it meets, it
If it
beats.
beats, it beats.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well then, the creature must do a dex saving throw. Takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save.
Yep.
Or half as much.
Yep, so you'll roll 2d10, and you'll...
Why don't I just roll 1d10?
What?
Half of as much, right? It'd be 1d10, right?
No,
No.
because you can roll a 20 on both of them, and they would take 10 damage. Whereas if you just rolled a 10,
Okay.
they would take only 5.
Okay. So 8 and 8, 16. So 8.
So 8 damage, it erupts as it hit you in the foot, and it's laughing, and then you point at it, and as it's laughing, it starts to erupt in flames, and it goes, and you just smell the flesh of this goblin as it starts burning and trying to put the fire out, and it's dead. It dies.
Counselor just says bang.
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 Yeah, so that one dies. Raptor, Alish.
Okay, so I don't know any of the raptors,
Oh, in here.
It's in the monster manual, but what we did is we got rid of the...
A
Oh, it's the
monster
Volos
mash.
guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I don't have Volos on me.
That's okay. We have it.
well, he has fluffy, he has...
Did you add it in on your D&D Beyond?
Yeah, we
Okay.
were able
With
to.
hellish rebuke, am I able to use
Okay.
my sneak
But
attack
remember
on it?
pack tactics because we're within.
'Cause it says-
No. What does sneak attack do?
It says once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage
Oh,
to
there's
one
the
creature
action,
you
sorry.
hit with an attack, or with a finesse weapon or ranged weapon, and if you have advantage on the attack roll. But you don't need advantage on an
That's
attack
because
roll if another enemy of the target is
Is it
within
large
5
velociraptor?
feet of it. And that enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have
But
disadvantage.
there are no other enemies
Fluffy, the
within
large
5 feet of it.
velociraptor.
It's just you.
Of the
I'm
goblins,
gonna
they're
be
all
able to-
right next to me.
It doesn't mean
Yeah,
it's
but
large
you're
weapon
10
velociraptor.
feet away
So that's the
because you ran 15 feet to get to them.
Yeah, but aren't they all surrounding me right now?
Yeah, but
attack.
they're all 10
Okay.
feet away from you. Or from them. From the next closest ally.
Oh, so
So
that's
the next-
an ally.
The next closest enemy to them.
Yeah.
So their next closest enemy, other than you, would be.
So I have to attack somebody
And
close to
stuff,
my
and since
ally.
it has-
Is that what that's saying?
Yeah, for a sneak attack.
Or my own when I do an
Since-
advantage roll.
Yeah, or if
Okay.
you have an advantage.
Okay, then that's.
We have-
I thought
Yeah,
if
because-
I attack somebody, I can attack somebody next
Yeah,
to
so
them. real quick.
so basically, like the sneak attack would be like if Hesken was right by you,
That's fine.
and they
I
were,
get it now.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it now.
Or if you had advantage on
Okay.
the attack. But I mean, they only have 7 HP, so I wouldn't even.
That's
waste
why
them
I wanted
anyways.
to.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to
My
attack.
Velociraptor is going to bite.
So it's gonna run into the snow.
Well, it has a multi-attack, so it does a bite and a claw
Yeah.
attack, right?
It's
No,
okay.
well, no, we got rid of the multi attack.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, because that's gonna be way too strong at the level you're currently at.
Okay.
Okay.
You gave us
So
So it's going
Velociraptors.
to.
I know, but it was mainly for mount purposes.
It's going to run into the snow and basically just try to like bite this
Yeah,
goblin in
go
half.
for it. Go ahead and roll the attack for it
And also, it has advantage on attack rolls because
because it's a small creature, right?
because of pack tactics.
Oh, pack
So I roll twice.
Well, pack tactics is, correct me if I'm wrong, but pack tactics is when another Velociraptor would be within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we?
So
are we
currently
all within-
you two are not within 5 feet from her.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm by myself. Okay,
Yeah.
so I rolled a 13.
Next door.
+4. So
No, it's because she just left. She just went into the
Plus one.
snow.
Oh, she moved to the
Plus
side.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
So 17.
that hits. Yeah,
Okay, and then I roll a 1d6 plus 2.
poor goblin's gonna get its head eaten.
Oh no, it's trying to bite it in half.
Yeah, it's probably gonna succeed. Anything that's a 7 or higher, it's gonna kill it.
5.
No, wow. So it bites into it and it takes a huge chunk out of its side, but it's still alive.
just barely.
I mean, it's scared. It's scared now because all of a sudden it's like, ah!
Dig it.
So that's the end of Alish's turn and the raptor, and we will go to Hesken. Or Horgarn. I'm sorry, Hesken.
So is it my
Horgarn,
turn and
yes.
then my mount?
Yep,
or-
yep. Your turn and then the raptor.
Okay. It's not what we did last time, but okay. So
That's
there's
because last time they had a surprise attack and stuff.
oh okay, all right. So there's 4 next to Kalsifer.
Correct.
And then
5 next to
didn't you
Kalsifer.
just kill one?
No, I killed 2. Remember one with hellish rebuke.
That's
and one
right.
with
I'm
slash-
sorry. Yes, that's right. I forgot. Dang, hellish rebuke. Yes. There's 4. There's 4.
In our first recording, like when there's a comment you made when he's like, my eyes, he's like, and you said stupid eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah. Stupid eyes.
Okay, so there's 4 next to Kalsifer, and then how many are there that you said 6?
Yeah, and then there's 6 of them making their way. So there's 1 by Alish that just got its chunk bit. There's 1 that went around this way, 1 that went around this way, and there's 2 kind of going
Wow, Alicia.
semi close to the one that Alish bit,
You
but
just
it's
let
a
your
bit.
raptor bite his junk? What the heck? Is that what you just said, Theo? You
No,
got his
bit
junk
its side, bit its side.
Oh, a chunk?
A chunk.
I
of
thought
its
you
side.
said his junk got bit. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, that raptor.
He should have been dead. I would have rather been dead.
Man, he ain't got no pee.
So there's 2 goblins coming towards you.
Correct. There's 2 of them currently. So there's currently 4 of them, but there's 2 of them making their way that are pretty much right next to Alish, or heading towards Alish. One of them's heading towards you.
Okay.
The one that made the farther path is coming more towards you.
Okay. There's 1 coming towards me, there's 2 coming towards Alish.
And then there's another one that's making its way a longer route, as if it's
Making his
circling
way
around.
downtown.
And one of the 2 just got bitten.
Correct. The
Okay.
one straight in front of Alish just got bit.
And how far am I away from Alish and those goblins?
You are about 10 feet away from it.
Okay, I can make that. I will have my raptor go for the one that's making towards me, and I'm going to go for the other goblins.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with you first.
Okay, so, and the goblins, are they 5 feet?
They're about 5 feet from the one that got bit. So the one on the sides are 5 feet from the one that got bit.
Oh, so there's 3 total.
Correct.
Okay.
So there's basically 3 in front of Alish, and then the other 2. This one is on its own,
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
and that's the one near you.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go and attack the goblins near Alish.
Okay.
With my short swords.
Okay.
and because of my hunter ability, I have Horde Breaker, which allows me to attack a creature within 5 feet of the creature I'm attacking.
Yep. So
I'm gonna roll for my short swords.
you can hit 2 with 1 sword, basically, right? With Horde Breaker, because it also attacks the the creature that's within 5 feet of the one you're attacking, right?
Yeah, it says on each of your turns when you make a weapon attack,
Yeah.
you can make another attack
Okay.
with the same weapon, a different creature within 5 feet of the original target.
Cool. That's pretty tight.
And use my dual wielding.
Cool.
He's already dead. He ain't making.
That's
no
right.
noises.
He is dead. Oh yeah, he got shot with an arrow.
So the first one's going to be 21,
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
and then the next one is going to be 16.
Yeah, that'll hit him as well.
So that's the first goblin.
Yep.
With my weapon. So the first one is going to be. I think the first one is going to be 6, and then the second one is 3. So 9 total on the first.
Yeah, you slice down right into this one with the sword. Just chopped it straight down in half as the sword comes bearing down at full strength.
So then now with my Horde Breaker, I attack the other guy
Correct.
with both of my swords.
Correct. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it says.
Yeah.
If that's what it says, that's what it says.
It does. I mean, it doesn't say.
Well,
anything
it
otherwise.
says you hit him though with the weapon, right?
Yeah,
So
weapon,
it would
so
just be whatever weapon you hit him with.
I hit him
so-
with both the swords.
So
Okay,
then, we'll just hit him with both swords until we find another ruling that says otherwise.
Okay, so 23 and 25.
They both hit.
Yeah, they will.
This one's gonna die too, I think.
So that's gonna be 11. Just on the first.
Yeah,
one.
it dies on the first roll.
So that's
Again, you're like, you don't even need to raise the second sword as you just kind of swipe down and its head goes flying into the snow.
Then I do a bicycle kick
And you bicycle kick the body.
to the goblins next to Kalsifer.
Oh gosh.
Was that an intimidation?
I was like, that's 2 now.
You hear, go ahead and roll a perception actually, see if anyone hears
Everyone?
this. Yeah, as the wind begins to pick up, the snow begins to
Nat
pick
20.
Nat 20.
up. Wow.
4.
Yay! No. Wow, 2 nat 20s.
Give myself inspiration.
18. So 3 of you hear this sound.
No! Gondor?
And the sound stop. They stop.
One of mine.
Who stops? The
The
goblins?
goblins stop.
Quick,
They
kill 'em!
look, and they're gonna try to take off. You get 4 opportunity of attacks.
Does my
Oh!
rapper still get to
Your
kill?
rapper will still get its attack on this turn.
Yes.
So,
Hold on.
9 plus 6?
That's it.
Okay. So yeah.
14?
Yep. Anything higher than a 12. 12 or higher.
15? Okay. And then 17. I'm not even going to add the hit.
Yeah.
12 plus 6.
Okay.
And then one more, right?
Yep. One more.
7 plus 6.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he's just gonna do another breakdancing
I
spin.
made these ones so weak. Okay, go for it. You're gonna roll the damage for all of them.
So that's 2d6.
Yeah.
There you go.
Per each of them, so he needs to roll it 4 times.
I'll do it real quick.
So go ahead and roll for your raptor. We'll get your raptor out of the way.
21.
Yeah. Okay. So that one just gets it stops as it hears the sound of the horn, and the raptor's like, and it just bites into it, and
Somehow my raptor doesn't sound so manly.
it just kind of bites into it.
Oh, it's the goblin screaming.
Goblin screaming in its mouth.
Yeah. As the raptor just eats it, and the goblin's like screaming. What's the damage?
I've done 6.
Okay.
And that was the first one. And then the second one, I think it was 14. I just picked up the dice.
Yep. So
13 or 14.
So the second one died. It gets slashed in half.
And then the next one is 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 4. So
okay.
Dead.
So that one's
Wait, so 5, 6, 7, 8 dead.
And then 5 and roll the second one real quick. Dead. 5 plus 4 is 9.
Yeah,
plus
look,
4.
you don't even need
Yeah.
to use it dead.
So you basically do like this really kind of like spin move after getting up off the after doing your breakdancing spin. You kind of get up almost immediately, and you basically just kind of, and you like just in one swipe you kill 3 out of the 4 as their bodies just get cut in half. The other one gets nicked. It like jumps just out of the way, but a good chunk of its blood gets splattered across.
6 damage.
Like a good chunk of it.
Yeah, and it's weak. It's your turn, Hesken.
Oh, I get an opportunity?
Yep, you'll get an opportunity as the one that was like coming right for you just stops and starts to rub.
He's on the ground too, so I probably can't reach him.
You can reach him with your sword. You're tall.
Well, I'm on the...
Oh, that's right. You're right.
You can have your raptor.
You can have the raptor eat him.
Yeah.
Or attempt to eat him.
Have the raptor attempt to.
Are you going
The
for the
raptor is
one
now
for
fed.
Alish, correct? You're going for the one by you and Alish?
Yes. Nat 20.
We're not even going to have you roll the damage for that one. You literally, as you just...
It's feeding time!
Your raptor literally just, like, eats it whole. It just...
dislocates its own jaw to just swallow the whole
And just
thing.
like, it's like a snake where it just swallows it whole.
Can he feel it because he's on its back?
You see goblins kicking and screaming. And your raptor
And
just...
you just hear its muffled voice in the belly, just like... There is only one way out, little goblin.
So that ends the encounter with those goblins. However, you can see coming up from behind you on the road are about 15 orcs in a patrol. So there's basically a small hunting / raiding party of 15 orcs are coming back from the road that you guys currently are on and came from in that area. Some of them are carrying what appears to be a boar, a pretty big boar. Some of them look like they're carrying other weapons, like freshly weapons that they had just like looted off of someone or something or had found. And then you have 5 of them coming from the tree line as they are armed. These other orcs, 15 orcs, see you guys. Weapons are drawn, minus the ones that have the boar, because they're going to carry it, because they're hungry. And they basically, they're running up to surround you guys. What would you guys like to do at this point in time? As you have 15 orcs coming up from behind you, 5 coming from the tree line, and you have an open road.
I'll leave the choices up to you.
Where the orcs are coming out of the tree, is the snow melted there?
Yes, correct. Most of it has been melted, but fresh snow is coming down.
I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna say, we are traveling to the orc. We are traveling to your war camp, and I invoke Chuseok on the war chief.
Okay, so which are you speaking this to the group of 5 or the group of 15?
Group of 15.
Okay, you can see
Well,
that
the 5 is...
they're coming from the tree line.
Okay, and the 15 is the hunting party.
Correct.
Okay.
It's more like a hunting / raiding party.
Gotcha.
So it looks like they had just got done either raiding a small village.
How far away from us are they?
They've started to close the distance, so they're probably about 25 feet away.
Yeah, I reached into my bag and I grabbed something just in case.
Suicide.
It's not gonna be suicide if I throw it far enough.
It's true. There is a kind of bigger orc. He's really just... he looks bigger than he looks bigger than the others. Go ahead and roll perception, just to kind of humor me here.
Perception, I got 16 and then plus 3, so 19.
Right, 18.
19,
Oh.
18,
21.
21, nice.
Finally.
I got dirty 20. Wait,
30.
sorry, that's a misfire. I got 19.
Sad face.
Since I realized my
So,
perception's actually...
As you look at this hunting party of 15, you can see that the bigger orc, he's black.
Why does he got to be black?
He's a black orc. He's got
Normally they have like blue skin, don't they?
he's got a bit of a gray, so he's like black, but he's got a bit of a gray tint to him. Some of these smaller looking orcs, some of them look like they're buff, but they're just a bit smaller than him. They look like they're red,
This isn't the normal color of orcs, is it?
and they have red eyes. You can roll a history check.
I'm going to.
I mean, I can...
Natural 20.
Nice. You would get advantage since your mom probably would have told you some stories.
So, this is a history?
Yep.
One that I do not use often.
16 plus 2, so 18 for me.
I'm gonna... Come on. So 11 on both rolls.
Okay. So, you two have heard that most orcs tend to come in like a green or a yellow-greenish color or bluish kind of green. You've heard tales of different colored orcs, and they basically are coming from they're like different tribes of orcs. Basically.
They just are smaller, so they're not as common.
Correct. So the black orcs are bigger than normal orcs. The red ones, they're big, but they're not big like the black orcs. They're not, like they're buff. They are carrying their own kind of weapons, but so their skin is red though. And they have really sharp, razor sharp, like, orcs' teeth are normally sharp, but they have sharp, like, teeth. Like, it's nothing but razor sharp claw-like teeth. And they have glowing red eyes, very similar to what someone who made a contract with the devil might have.
Which ones are these?
The red orcs.
Okay.
There's a couple of them in that party that are the normal kind of greenish orcs. Green-looking colors. There's one in the back that's dressed more of like a kind of like a druidic or shaman or maybe even a necromancer type. He's dressed in robes of black and purple. He has basically this white face paint that looks like he's basically wearing a skull mask, but it's a face paint. Covering his upper eyeballs and forehead. So palish, kind of grayish orc. And then their last ones are kind of orangish. There's one orangish looking color orc. So it's like an orange. It's like an orange brown.
Let's say it is a rainbow variety.
So it's more brown than orange, but it's got a hint of like that reddish or
Like a
orangish
rusty
color.
kind of color.
Yeah. So it's more like brown, I would say. And it looks like it's a pretty wide variety hunting party.
I'll say. That's rare.
The black one approaches you, and he looks to you, and he says, "What did you say, little man?"
I said, I invoke Chuseok on the War Chief.
Who are you to invoke the ancient rights of the Orcish tribe?
Who are you to deny me?
I am a full-blooded orc of the Black Rock clan.
I know where that's from.
Yeah. By the way, I love World of Warcraft, just so you know.
Nice.
So I'm heavily some of this is heavily inspired. Some of this.
I am Horgarn of Breeze. Whether it be full orc or half orc, do not matter. As long as there are orc blood in me, I have the right to invoke Chuseok.
The older shaman in the back kind of steps up, and they kind of show some respect to this shaman or necromancer type orc. And they say, you are Horgarn of Breeze. A pleasure to meet you. I believe Jusok is waiting for you. Bind them! Take them to the camp! And they begin to approach you. As at this point, the 5 war parties do come. You can overhear one of them saying, "Man, those goblins got made quick work out of. They look like nothing but meat."
Yeah, but wait! I invoke Chuseok. You cannot bind me. You have to take me straight to the War Chief.
You're right. We will not bind you, but your friends are a different story. Bind them.
Do you guys want to be binded?
No.
How far away are they from us?
They're right on top of you. Like, they're on top of you. They weren't stopping just to talk. They were walking forward, weapons drawn, talking.
If you bind my friends, that's an act of war. We come as a group.
The right of Chuseok does not extend to your friends. Or have you not been taught the ways of your ancestors, half-orc? Says the kind of elderly necromancer orc. Your friends will be bound, or else we can kill you here and now. The choice is yours.
What do you guys want to do?
Guess we'll go get into the camp at least.
Ooh. Stop thinking.
It's your guys' turn. You do whatever you want. I'll follow you.
Well, what are you thinking?
Do you want to be bound up and go into a camp full of thousands of orcs with only the promise of him battling as our choice? If that's a yes, he can win. That's not the problem. But if they kill us before he wins, then we can't do anything.
Go ahead and roll me a history check. Horgarn of Breeze, roll me a history check.
Not a very good roll.
Ooh.
I think it's like 6.
6?
Or 5.
You might think that they are probably an honor-bound type society for the most part. So you think that maybe they might be honorable, but, I mean, to be honest, you didn't really listen to a lot of the orcish stories. You did listen to them growing up, but you didn't really get far enough because you always fell asleep so fast in bed. So you kind of didn't really pay much attention. But the idea kind of flashes in your head, like maybe they're honorable, maybe there's like a sense of honor to them to a certain degree. And I should mention, by the way, the necromancer orc, he's missing an eye. Left eye.
Does he have an eye patch?
He does not have an eye patch.
Okay.
His eye is closed.
His name Gul'dan?
No. Although Gul'dan is a character that I want to make in here for a playable character.
Nice.
We can fight, but we might die.
But, we might take some heavy
You
damage.
would fight us?
I said in my sending stone.
So you pull out. Are you going to pull out the sending stone?
Do I have to have it out?
You have to have it out.
And then they're all going to see it.
I thought you were just saying that out of character.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that as well.
No way. This is like, you guys are in the moment. You can't talk out of character to take 10 minutes to figure out what to do. This is in the moment right now. I mean, you can, but
Let's do it.
if you take too long, I'm just going to go ahead and...
No, if my friends are bound, I assume as honorable orc warriors, keeping to the code.
They bind, the red ones bind you up.
That none of my friends will be harmed, and if I do, well,
We are nothing but honor, little one.
there's nothing to worry about. Since I'm just gonna win.
I go along with it. I go along
You
with it.
beat the war chief. This would be a sight to see. And he pushes you. I mean, your raptor mounts kind of get feisty, but they pretty much will take care of it easily. Do you choose to get bound up, both of you?
Been bound up way too many times.
That's true.
Yeah, I go with it.
So they
For one person at a time.
What?
Your crown, can you use it for one person at a
Yeah.
time, or can you use it for a group?
It's only one person.
one person at a time. Wouldn't it be nice if I gave him that overpowered of a crown that could control like 15
Thousands.
people?
I mean,
You all serve me now!
but if you think about it,
They all
like,
have to do a saving throw.
For each one.
But if you think about it, if we went up straight to the orc camp, what makes you? They could just do the same thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, well you guys can. You could do oh yeah, you could do Chuseok. We're gonna bound your friends anyway." So
Yeah,
it could
either
have
way,
eventually
we're gonna
happened.
have a crappy situation. So let's just go. At least we're gonna be getting into camp.
So it says to you guys that just wanted to get this over
You're
with.
still holding on to that look.
Yeah, I've been holding on to the rook the whole time.
That's smart. So the black orc does take your weapon because you have it out. So he takes your staff, he takes your sword, he takes your crossbow.
Dang.
And they bind you up, and you can see it's like a smaller orc, not a small orc, but I mean he's smaller compared to the others, and he's a green size orc, and he's carrying these weapons. They take you up towards the camp, and eventually, as you make your way up into the camp, you can see that there's a blizzard essentially that looks like it's blanketing or covering like where it would be. And then as you guys get closer and you eventually make your way into like this clearing, like essentially think of like an igloo clearing. There's like an igloo clearing, and basically what ends up happening is you realize that there's this intense blizzard that is covering this fortress. So it's almost as if it's blanketing and covering this fortress at this point. When you get in there, you can see like there's this huge, massive host just down by the gate alone, and that essentially there's like this citadel that goes up towards this strait. So it's
Not
like
down by the bay.
no, not where the watermelons grow.
I thought it was back to my home.
No, but so down.
Go.
So down at the kind of where the entrance, there's a lot of these like orc encampments that are in essentially huts. A lot of them are gathered around by basically campfires, and what ends up happening is they're just kind of looking at you guys trying to stay warm. Several of them are in their tents staying warm, and it's not that it's super cold, because at this point what you can also see is that the snow that was covering it looks like it by some type of magic basically forms like this roof. So it's still cold, but it's not like...
So
But
it's
it's not
trapping
falling.
some of it in.
Right, so it's keeping some of the heat in, but it's basically building this natural igloo type roof. As you guys make your way... So you can tell that these are kind of more of what would be like your foot soldier type orcs. Mainly a lot of goblin scouts are down here. Several regular foot soldier type orcs. As you make your way up, you can see that there are several. For example, there's green orcs that are kind of here, sitting in like this middle tier section. They look like they might be more of like special forces almost. Many of them, obviously, also regular kind of army type orcs. As you make your way further and further up into this orcish kind of city, basically, is what we'll kind of a war encampment. As you make your way further into this war encampment and to the citadel, each time you get higher and higher, the different colored orcs are there. So the red orcs are there, and some of them are dancing or sitting in front of this fire, and you can see within this fire there look to be devils dancing in this fire, like they're flame-like devils dancing in the fire. When you get up eventually towards the higher end, you can see that that these pale type orcs
Anything you want in specific, Erebos?
Erebos, he says,
So far, it's just been goblins.
no,
You
these
said
are
you
now
walking past
orcs
orcs
as you
and
get
everything.
higher. The lower end,
No, I meant like, because he's talking to Erebos.
yeah.
Like what you said, like.
I didn't
think
kill
you-
anybody with my blade, so I haven't
No.
given him anything.
Yeah, he
Okay.
pulled out his glaive, which
Okay.
is smart. But so Erebos, so Erebos says to you, he says, "I want them all."
I'm not that powerful, Erebos. But your confidence in me is flattering.
Give me the head of the strongest,
We'll see if Horgarn can survive that.
and I will be pleased.
See what I can do.
Did you basically just call him the strongest one and say you're gonna kill him?
No.
Oh,
Him? No.
okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
So that's what
He
Erebos
will
says.
become
Yeah.
the strongest one, but I'm...
Erebos also says to you, and it's just you. He says, "I want the female orc as well.
That I have no problem doing.
She will make a fine addition to my
I'll see what I can do.
good, and I will grant you your most precious desire." And he kind of lets out a laugh, and he just cuts out. As you get to the top, you see there are several orcs. You see that there are several orcs, and you do see that as the party does go on, it's only the big black orc, and the skinny orc. You do see that it's just the two that do remain pushing you along. The skinny orc is leading them, while the bigger one is making sure you guys don't try anything funny. As you get to the top, you can see that there is a giant throne at the top, and it has bones. Like it's made out of what appears to be bones, several spears, swords, different weapons. Each pike on the throne has what appears to be a skull of some kind. So, for example, one of them looks to be like a very tiny skull. Another one is like a step up from it. So it is tiny, but it looks like it's bigger than that tiny one. The next one looks to be bigger. What could be maybe human, like a human type skull. Then another one has one that has like a snout on it, like a dragonborn. There's another one.
Could have been a horse.
Could have been. There's a fresher one that actually has an elf's head with elf ears on it, standing right in the center. Then you have...
I didn't know elf skulls had their ears were made of bone.
No, this is like fresh. It's like...
Still.
It's got flesh still rotting off of it.
Ah.
Then you have what appears to be like a short, kind of flat, like a dwarf's head. And then you have several other skulls that are of different shapes. And they adorn this throne of bones and weapons, throne and metal. Bone and metal, excuse me. Sitting on the throne.
You pointed out that elf head. Would I be able to try to perceive it or anything?
Sure.
Can I too?
Sure.
16.
16.
Perception?
Yep.
Oh, my perception went up. I forgot. I've been telling you the wrong thing the whole time. 6.
Total?
Yeah.
Everyone up. 6.
Alright. So, it's just a random elf's head.
Okay, so
I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, there looks like there might have been a scar on a knife, so maybe it was a gladiator of some kind, or maybe it was just a elven warrior.
Okay.
Someone that probably has seen battle. Sorry, I'm trying to find a really cool image here that I would like to use. Okay, so you see this chieftain. Picture him a bit bigger and buffer, but this is the kind of skin color that he is, and this is what his armor looks like, basically. And he's wielding this giant axe. So just picture him really buff.
Jeez.
So I'll show you a picture of what I'm talking about when I say buff, because there is a picture picture I'll show you. But just picture that type of armor, and then I'll show you the picture of basically of kind of the idea behind the muscle behind him. It is going to be like this. So that's kind of what he essentially would look like. So he's just he looks completely like decked out.
Like Thanos, but orc.
Pretty much, almost. He's got the bowl piercing, the necklace, shoulder blades. Carries the axe. His eyes are, one is a red, like it's glowing red, and the other one is glowing blue. And
roll a history for knowing the blue.
Sure.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. You're not sure what the blue is, but you think it belongs to another power not of this realm.
Celestial.
Probably it could be celestial, it could be fiend, it could be demon.
Erebos would know.
Yeah, actually Erebos would probably know, and you've actually seen this before in the Elven Kingdom. It has like a shadowy glow in his eye.
Oh, why, the guys that I'm instructed with? Oh, what the heck? How's he have two?
That's the secret.
Okay. Did he take somebody else's eye or something?
You don't know.
There is an orc.
Oh, that's true. There was an orc missing an eye.
So the skinny one says, War Chief, we have brought these prisoners. One of them claims to be a Horgarn of Breeze, wanting to do a Chuksa. Chukai. I don't know why I said Chuksa. Chukai. Horgarn of Breeze, you say? I remember when his family was once a part of our tribe. Pathetic. And he's kind of sitting there, he looks a bit bored and almost amused at the same time. So it's like a kind of iffy, if anything. But it's like he's bored, but he does have a bit of an amused look on his face. He says, what does a half-orc want in my tribe?
Your tribe. That's the whole point of Chuka.
There is a snicker from the black orc, and then when he gets the death stare, like he tightens up. And what do you have to offer me, should I win? You are nothing to me, whelp.
Well, that's the whole point of Chuka. If you win, then I die.
Perhaps you are not up to date with the new traditions.
New traditions? Man,
That's a tradition.
like new tradition, then it's not really a tradition if you're putting addendums and upgrades to it.
The black orc kind of snickers again, but he kind of does it a little quietly. And then he just kind of stops because he is a bit afraid. He says, things have changed since the last time your family was here. More specifically, your mother.
Yeah, she doing okay?
Why don't you see for yourself? Off to the side, you can see that there's a stairway that kind of leads to the side.
To heaven?
Stairway to heaven. When he kind of motions like this behind his throne, as he gets up, he motions behind for the throne. You can see that there's a giant gladiator pit. And you can see that your mother's in this pit. And you can see that there are 3 what appear to be beast-like people in this pit as well. And it looks like that they are fighting against other orcs. And it looks like they have been fighting for quite some time.
Can I roll perception to see if they are the group that we sent originally? 16.
Yes, it is.
Is Xenon in there?
Yes, he is. He's one of the 3.
So they're fighting.
They were
they're
captured,
Yeah.
and now they're fighting in this pit.
With your mom.
With my mom? Or-
Yep.
As allies with your mom against some other orcs.
Okay, that's what I was
They had some interesting trinkets with them. And he holds up what appears to be a sending stone. I wonder if you have any more of these.
Trademark and patented by the Breeze Company.
He just he gets mad and he crushes it. Just
It's a stone.
so. How do you know he's not wearing like magic gauntlets that allow him to crush stone?
That would be the most useless power of a gauntlet.
But it might be for intimidating purposes.
So he's a weenie wearing gauntlets that allow him to crush stones for
you
intimidation.
never know. But no, he just rolled a strength check and he crushed it.
That would be funny if he couldn't.
Squeeze
He's like, he just throws it at an orc, nails him in the head, or nails a goblin off the shelf.
He says, if you wish to get your mother free, by all means, please enter into the arena. Just know that there's a price to pay if you wish to face me.
Right, so I can save my mom by going to the pit and then winning, or I can face you,
Both.
or do both.
You will face 100 of my best warriors
In order to get to you?
in order to get to me.
Seems very cowardly. I can't just fight.
It's
face me
called
out.
proving your worthiness. I tire of fools who think they can beat me.
Wasn't that the fun of it? To just challenge and put them in their place into the ground?
Perception. No.
I
I don't want you rolling a perception.
Dirty 20.
Because I don't want you to. I got something else in mind for you.
Great.
Nice. Dirty 20. I like it.
Thank you.
16.
Okay. So you two do spot a female orc coming into the room. Same woman that you fought before. Looks like Horgarn's mom.
How's your shoulder?
It is fine, thank you. And she walks up. She's dressed in a bit more scantily clad like robing. She has a little bit more cleavage showing. Seems like she's in more of a rest attire. Casual, basically casual clothing.
Seducing the working.
She has slits going down, so it's showing both of her thighs, basically. And she gets pretty cozy with the war chief.
Is her shoulder all healed up?
It looks to be fine. She brushes up against it and she says, War Chief, I think these fools would make quite a fine addition to your throne. Perhaps you can start with that whelp over there, pointing to Horgarn. She says, after all, he does have a rightful claim to the throne, to your throne by all accounts.
Hey Theo, how far away from the throne are we?
You guys are like 5 feet, 10 feet from the throne.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you want to do. It's going to kill everybody if you want to do that. You can do that. I'll let you do it.
I'll survive.
Nobody would survive.
I have my...
Well, you have your armor, yes.
I know.
You would be the only one that survived.
I realize that.
So
That's real rude.
I'm not gonna... Have I done it?
No.
I can throw it right now.
You can throw it behind you.
That would be pointless.
But he says, explain yourself, woman. She says, by all accounts, he is of the bloodline to the successors of our clan. My father was the previous war chief before you took control of the clan. If he were to defeat you, it would prove his strength in combat. But if you beat him, well, then no one has a right to challenge you.
I just smile at him with my pearly white teeth.
Bind the prisoners up. They can watch in a front row seat
I think I already
on
lined
the
up.
arena.
Man, this guy's so dumb.
As he snaps his fingers, and you can see that several orcs get into the arena, and they basically just overpower your mom and the other three, just beat the crap out of them, and they tie him up,
Oh, bind them.
and he puts him essentially on an X shape.
Oh, man.
The four of them, as they're tied up, knocked out, bleeding black and blue, on these X shapes. X-shaped, not crosses, but X-shaped pyres or sticks, whatever you want to call it, posts. And he says, "Did you really think I was talking about you? You are nothing. Get in the ring, and I will see you soon.
Alright.
You may do with these three as you wish." And she bows, and he goes off one side of the arena.
Not as you wish. Remember, go to the Chusa. Can't hurt my party.
That face that you make every time.
"We know how it goes, halfling. Now, are you going to man up, or are you going to stand there and talk all day like you do?"
Wait, who says this?
Your auntie.
Well, no, yeah, I'll get in there. At least my shoulder doesn't have a problem. And the imps go,
So, are you going to challenge him in a 1v1?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
So the three of you,
Like you guys are on bleachers, just watching.
no, she taps her staff, and the three of you get transported. So you're on you're in the arena pit, or in the arena. So you're literally kind of like a front row seat, but you're in this cage. Below you guys looks to be this dark, bubbly type substance beneath you guys, the three of you.
Can I roll? It sounds to me like
Yes.
it's oil.
Sure, go for it.
11. What am I rolling?
It would probably be like a nature check, because you're checking to see what it is.
Nature.
So for the Chuka, I mean, it's mainly just it's basically
Yeah,
fighting.
it's basically you're going blow for blow, basically.
Well, I still have all my items.
You don't know what it is.
Okay.
What?
Well, I still have items to use.
No, it's literally you're going to be in unarmed combat. It's
Okay.
You guys are bare chested. You're basically you're stripped down into nothing but basically think of your underwear, but you're not in your underwear. You have your
Just pants.
your pants or whatever.
So wait, what would my armor class be?
It would be your dexterity plus.
Just take off your armor.
So it'd be 10 plus your dexterity. So if you unequip your armor, it will automatically.
Okay, so that would be 13 then.
Right.
The dexterity modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be 13.
So it'd be 10. Yeah, 10 plus your dex modifier. If you unequip it, it should automatically go. It'll bring down to what your armor class is.
Do I still have my necklace on?
You do.
Yes.
You do have your necklace still.
Then I'm going to use it.
Because to them it's just a necklace. They've never seen some of the items you have. So some of them are when they take your stuff and they're looking at it because they're intrigued. They see your sword and they're intrigued by it.
Just the hilt.
Well, this is the
Right. It's just a hilt.
Why does he carry this thing?
Basically, yeah. Basically that would be what it is. Is they're so baffled by it because they've never seen stuff like
well,
this.
and it's attuned to me, right? So it's not.
Well, it's attuned to you, but if they spent an hour trying to attune to it, they probably could.
Well, if they know.
If they know Draconic.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not oil, by the way. It's something else. It looks like it's a river. So it's like a river, but it's like a black substance. It's not oil, but it's it's something. It's something fun.
Can I look around and try to see what we're being? You said we're in a cage.
It's literally a steel cage.
And we're in it above it in a cage that's being held up by something else.
Correct. So
There's chains holding us up.
correct.
Can I look to where the lever is to drop us? I want to figure out everything I can about it and who's near.
Sure. Go for it.
I percept too.
Yeah, go for it.
Will that be perception or
Yep,
investigation?
Perception.
19.
Okay, so you follow the chain. You look down, and you see that there's a lever right by the chain.
24.
And I said after that I want to see what people are near it.
There's an orc standing right near it,
Okay.
and it's
Just
he's standing there. He is
Nobody else.
just the
Just
one
him.
orc standing there.
Okay.
And he's got his hand on the lever.
Okay.
For those of you that read Orcish, roll perception to see if you can read what the Orcish says.
Not read Orcish.
I do.
You would be the only one there.
Okay. Perception. it's a 9.
Okay. So very simply, it says up goes down, down opens up.
Down opens up. Okay.
So if you pull it down, the cage is going to open up and drop us into this stuff.
Down open above, and up opens down. This will open below you.
Up goes down, so it probably lowers us. You put it up, it lowers us. You go down, it just opens.
Well,
Drops us.
either way, we're dead, so, okay.
Okay. With that being said, the giant orc comes in, and everyone's like erupting as he comes in, and there's an announcer that says, "Ladies and gentlemen."
Gentle orcs.
It's like a goblet. It's like a goblet orc. It's like a mix. So it's like a half orc, half goblin. Welcome to the arena. We have with us tonight a very special treat. We have our very own War Chief going in to fight against a half-orc. Boo! Kill the half-orc! So they're like booing and stuff. And so he comes in, he's, just bare-chested, just six-packs, he's ripped, his arms are like the size of your head. He stands like a good foot taller than you, at least.
So I'm like 5'11", so
Right.
he's 6'11". Then.
Right, so he stands about he would be more like 6'5", almost 7 foot.
Okay.
So he's within that range of 6'5" to 11 foot or 7 foot. And basically he kind of beats his chest. You get announced in by the goblin. He says, "We have the half-orc Horgarn of Breeze. What a pathetic halfling, as he has a human father." Place your bets, everyone.
Where's my cheering? Where's my support? Where's my cheer?
Place your bets.
What is this, a knight's tale?
And as they announce, I come in and I do the traditional chuka ceremonial dance, which is the Gangnam style dance.
Yeah. And
Okay, the Gangnam style dance.
Yeah.
That's the traditional chuka dance.
And there's a couple of orcs that, although they don't necessarily get up and cheer, but they do kind of nod their heads, and it looks to be some of them are older, and some of them are kind of like your age. There's some of them are around like your mother's age, where they basically probably grew up with her.
Yeah.
And some of them are around your age, where they kind of just nod.
Cousins.
It could be cousins, it could be relatives, it could be just other clan members. The rules are simple. The first one to die loses. The first one, or if you get knocked out, whatever first, really. But we prefer to see blood and guts. And everyone they all kind of roar and cheer. And so what ends up happening is he says, the rules are very simple. You can beat them to death with your hands, choke them to death with your hands, bash their heads into the spikes or the walls, or you can just very simply knock them out. Other than that, no magic, and I guess that's really just it. I don't think we really have a whole lot of rules, but anyways, on with the fight! And again, you just kind of hear this roaring of just, roar. Go ahead and roll me initiative for you.
So that'd be a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're gonna go first.
What did he roll?
He rolled a 15.
Okay.
Stupid orc.
You're half orc.
That means half of him isn't stupid.
I will be half done.
Can I?
You hear the chanting, by the way, for the name of the orc. They say Zook, 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 and they're like pounding on the benches. Zook, 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 Zook,
wonder he's so angry all the time. His name is Zook.
Short for Zuko, the person that got like flame blasted on his face. Yeah, he's pretty angry.
Is there anything you would like to say, whelp, before I strangle you here and now?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I never understood that.
I cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. As a bonus action, you cast Hunter Mark, and you now have the 1d6 extra damage should you hit him.
Okay. So since all this unarmed combat stuff is new, because now I'm looking at the actions in combat.
Correct.
If I do a grapple, first I have to roll the.
So you would have to roll to. So it'd be like you're rolling to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you beat his AC class, meet or beat, you grapple him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can grapple him by the waist. You can try to grapple him in a full Nelson headlock. You grapple him basically, however way you want to grapple. And then from there you can push, pull. You can try to choke him.
You gotta beat his strength.
But he can try to break out of your hold.
That would count as his action.
Correct.
I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple him. I'm gonna try and because he's taller than me.
Correct. And he's only about 5 foot, almost a foot taller than me.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run up, kind of like jump, but like use my arm to grab his neck to swing around, and then try and like grapple him to try and choke him out.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Jump onto his, swing around onto his back.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'll give you insight.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. I already gave you my insight, so feel free to roll higher if you want.
You mean
Insight.
You mean intuition?
No, insight.
Insight.
Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Well, okay. Do you want to do it next time?
Sure.
He already
Okay.
has it.
I already gave it to you, but I didn't know you
I
had it.
I have inspiration, but no, I rolled like in total 26.
Yeah, so you successfully, as you run up, I mean, he so full of himself that he's not even really taking you seriously, and you just run up and you just kind of basically lock onto him as you jump
Lariat him.
in, and you basically like clothesline him as you're going to grapple him.
Does it do any damage to him?
No, you grapple him.
Okay.
So he is now grappled.
Yeah.
Depending on what you want to do, you can do a lot. You know, some people.
Horgarn.
So would that end my turn though?
Do you have a bonus action? Can you attack again as a bonus action?
I can not just Hunter's Mark. That's it.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you had hit, you could like kick him. You can
I'm gonna try and choke him.
next. Yeah, you can because so the way that the choking works is it's the level plus the Constitution modifier, and that's how many minutes they can hold it or something like that.
What?
I'll have to double check because there's a certain amount of turns before they pass out.
What the frick?
I wish I could hold my breath for that long when someone's choking me out.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Which turn is 6?
I forget.
I mean, you use the lariat to circle around behind him. You can kick his knees in from behind and drop him to his knees.
Yeah, well, I successfully grappled him already.
Yeah.
You can hit him while you're grappling.
Can I do that? Can I kick him?
Okay, so the victim must make a Constitution saving throw. If the strangler succeeds, then the victim takes 1 level of strangulation, basically. If the victim wins a contested roll, then he or she maintains their current strangulation level. A creature may have an amount of strangulation levels equals to 1 plus the con modifier. When a creature reaches its max level of strangulation, then the creature becomes unconscious for 1d3 rounds. If the victim breaks free or wakes up, remove all strangulation levels. A chance per turn to escape they can resist. So basically, if you would, his con so it'd be 1 plus his con modifier. He has a +4 con modifier, so it's a total of 5 rounds before he passes out. And every turn at the end of their turn, they can break out. So it's the same with you, whatever your con modifier is.
Yeah, and that'd be his action turn.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, that's my turn because I successfully grappled and
Right. So he is.
I'm on his back and trying to.
Yeah. So he's going to attempt to break out of it. What is... Okay, so I need you to roll a strength check to see if you can maintain your... to see if you maintain. He rolled a total of 16 on his strength.
Okay. So 12.
So he breaks your strangulation as you try to choke him out.
Can I use my eyes from that far away?
No, you're like 100 feet or 50 feet in the air.
I can be 120 feet away. Or I think it was 100. Let me see.
I mean, double check.
60 feet away. That's still within what you just said.
Okay.
Like 60 feet, it doesn't like in any direction, I guess.
Well, so you're 50 feet in the air.
But how far over are we? Because we're on the edge of the arena.
You can use
Yeah, you're at the edge of the arena and they're in the center. So, no.
So how far away are we?
So you're 50 feet in the air and you would probably be like 40, 50 feet off to the side. You're like at the side.
So then they can't do anything then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're literally just spectating.
Okay.
So like 50 feet in the air and then 40 away from the center? Or
50 from the center.
So it's still 50. It's still like less than... Trigonometry, people. No, I'm just kidding. Geometry. But whatever.
He's the DM.
I know.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll just say it's 60. Either way, it's meant you're not doing anything. I'm sorry, you're not doing anything this round. You can try to break out if you would like, but I mean,
We're not doing anything.
you're not doing anything. This really, it's spoiler. It's for Horgarn.
I mean, I could just chuck my chess piece over there and kill both of them.
You could, if you could throw that far.
What?
You would need to make a strength throw to see how far you can throw it.
Strength throw to
Yeah.
throw a piece of a chess.
Bro, I threw mine, long story short, in my other campaign, I threw mine and I failed my strength throw and I should have died, technically. Because I didn't throw it far enough and it landed right on top of me. So, I'm just saying.
Alrighty, so that's that dude's turn.
Yeah,
right?
well, no, he's going to do a bonus action. He's going to attempt to kick you. And I don't know why I did hands, but he's going to he's going to basically...
He's got two.
He's going to do a multi-attack. And he's
got multi-attack. Huh.
Does a 15 hit.
It does, since I'm 13.
Yeah. And so it's just going to be 1d4, I believe, for unarmed damage. Is that what it says on there?
For
unarmed damage?
unarmed damage says...
For unarmed strike, it should be under there.
It's
It
different for each person.
Yeah, it says 1 plus strength modifier.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, anyways, he's going to roll his damage.
He still rolls, or
He's rolling because he is kicking you.
that's an added damage?
Well, that's okay. He only got total of 3 damage to you.
Okay.
No, he had to roll to hit, and then
So
then
he only did 3
damage.
damage to you as he kicks you, but he's kicking you towards the side. Not the side with the cage, the side with the spikes.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's so much
yeah.
better.
I see what So yeah, can you describe the cage, the pit for me?
So
On
the
the
pit,
walls.
so it's a giant circular pit.
Yeah.
You have in the center here, so I don't have my markers, they're on the table over there, but so you have this giant circular pit. So think of something like this where it's a circular pit.
Mm-hmm.
You have the cage basically off here onto the side, or on the side, the arena pit's all around, people are watching. You have spikes kind of along the sides.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a gate here and a gate here, probably meant for creatures of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your people in your X, so your mom and the other 3, they're posted along this wall here. This wall has 2 faces.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what they do. It's possible it could be a number of things.
2 faces.
Yep, 2 faces, and they're facing, so 2 kind of heads,
Mm-hmm.
2 faces, and they're facing the people on the crosses, or on their...
they're facing the people on the cross.
Yeah, on their posts, yeah.
Okay.
And he's kicking you off to the east side of the arena, away from the cage, and
towards the spikes.
he's trying to kick you into the spikes, basically.
I got an underhanded move.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know if I want to do it or not.
So you guys from the center, you're about 15 to 20 feet away from the spikes. He's kicked you. He kicked you back basically like 5 feet, and that's the end of his turn. as a giant boot just kind of kicks you across the chest and you stumble back.
I thought you said they're naked, except for that little.
Well, I
If
mean,
they
they
were-
wear their
we're-
shoes.
We're wearing pants.
Yeah, you wear your pants and your shoes.
Just because we can't wear armor.
Yeah, it's like you just can't wear any armor, no weapons. But yeah,
Alright.
it's your turn.
What the heck was that, Theo?
Does he have like a dagger shoved up his butt or something? He's gonna.
He's got some exciting stuff.
Uh-oh. So just in case I'm starting to win, he's gonna pull out something.
You never know, maybe. But it's your turn.
Alright. Well, I can see that he's trying to kick me into the spikes, so I'm going to circle around him,
Okay.
and then
Yeah, you're still within his reach.
circle.
Means you're in the opportunity to attack.
No, he
Okay.
can't. He won't be able to opportunity attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna circle around him, and then are there like moves to where I can like cripple a leg or?
Yeah. So
arm?
what I usually tend to do sometimes, what I will do is I will allow if you for example, if you want to hit somebody, you can hit them somewhere. It may not necessarily cripple them.
What if
There's-
you get a 20?
There's a chance it might. It just kind of depends on the roll. Most of the time, it will probably push them. It will make them go prone. It might stumble them.
Mhm.
But I usually don't do okay, you've just broken his bone, so he can't walk.
Kick him in the nuts.
I was gonna say kick him in the knee. Knee hurts.
Survival.
Yeah. So
Eyes, throat, nuts. That's survival.
yeah. So I'm gonna I'm gonna walk to. I'm gonna not walk. I'm gonna go up to his side, and then I'm going to strike his leg.
Okay.
His left leg from the side, and so I could try and like at least hinder, do some damage to his leg to where it might slow down his movement or stuff
Go
like
for
that. 22.
Yeah, that hits. Well, way hits.
So it just says 6 damage,
Okay.
but I also have Hunter's Mark.
Yep. So you get the extra D6.
1.
Okay.
So that's 7 total.
7 total. So you kick him in the leg. He stumbles a bit. He doesn't go down. He turns around. He lets out a roar, and we'll leave it there because it's going on. So I know we did win a little bit longer than we had planned, but will Horgarn win his 1v1? Will our other 3 heroes get dropped in this nasty, oozing, dark pit of whatever this is?
No.
Will the 4 people on the crosses get burned alive, or shot with spikes alive, or die alive?
Die alive.
Stay tuned next time for Dirty 20, a D&D adventure.
Till next time, everyone.